what's up and welcome to my channel. So today's video is going to be helping you guys out with foundation and how to make it not look cakey, but yet still being able to use majority of the products that you like to use on your face and still get that good coverage, but yet look really smooth and flawless on your foundation. And that is my goal with today's video. And you guys know I do so many reviews and fun stuff like that on my channel, but today I love teaching makeup and teaching tips and tricks, and I kind of feel like that's kind of how I started my channel with tutorials and my hacks videos and all my do's and don'ts and tips and tricks. If you look back, that's what I did all of 2016 and 15. I feel like kind of those years were the years I spent doing that, and then I shifted a little bit more into reviews. I have so much fun doing reviews, and you guys really enjoy those, but I love kicking it back sometimes and doing the little chitty chat teaching videos and just talking makeup with you guys and how to perfect it and get it to looking a specific way. So today we're going to be talking about how to get the makeup to look super smooth on your skin. This Friday I will be announcing when Pajamas is coming back in stock. So if you aren't following the Larly Los Angeles Instagram page, be sure to follow it if you want updates on my brand, new stuff coming out, and when things will be back in stock. Also, I've had a couple people buy the palette off eBay and received a fake palette. I can only assure you that you will get an authentic Cat's Pajama palette if you buy it off Morphe Brushes, Beauty Bay, or LarlyLosAngeles.com. Or the Morphe store. Those are the only places that the palette is being sold. Anywhere else, there's so many fake versions of my palette already made. I was like, damn, y'all didn't waste no time. But that is just fact, and I've had people email me saying, is this a real palette? And it's absolutely not a real palette. It's just a waste of money. So be sure that you aren't buying it off Amazon, eBay, because I can't guarantee that those are going to be real Cat's Pajamas palettes. As you guys know, the world of fake makeup is getting really big, so beware, because I don't know what they doing to make that makeup. Anyways, I just wanted to say that for the safety of all of us. Okay, so without further ado, I have to itch my ear, and without further ado, we're gonna sing a little song.
Subscribe to my channel. Subscribe to my channel before you leave. Go and subscribe.
Now, let's go ahead and jump right into the video. Ooh, my snapping finger wasn't working, honey. Right into this video, let's talk about skin. I think just getting that flawless, ooh, so smooth and silky finish. I have no makeup on my face. My base isn't done, my eyes are done. And if you have a lot of rough texture, exfoliating helps somewhat. So I'll put a good exfoliator right here that I enjoy using. One is from Murad. It's just super good. And I recently just bought the Kate Somerville one. It's really good, super fine grain exfoliator. However, I don't recommend over exfoliating, because then you will all of a sudden start getting rough skin if you're overdoing it, because your skin on your face is so very sensitive. It can't take that hard abrasive scrub every single day. Your skin will start to build up a tolerance trying to protect itself from the scrub. So I like to exfoliate once, maybe twice a week, and leave it at that and leave my skin feeling gentle. I feel like it really helps buff away the dry, dead skin, and then I am sure to moisturize. Over moisturizing, I'll put a good moisturizer right here, a gel one, because you guys know the tea on gel moisturizers on my channel. If you don't, I like water-based moisturizers, which are gel, versus the cream-based moisturizers, which a lot of time cream ones are oil-based, so they're a little bit heavier. If you have mature skin, you might like the cream ones better than the gel, but the gel ones are very hydrating, especially the Garnier Moisture Balm or the Aqua Balm, which is a little more pricey. Gosh, there's so many. The Origins Ginseng Moisturizer. There's so many gel moisturizers that are great. They hydrate your skin, leaving it really plush and get rid of dry spots without overdoing it, because if you overdo it, you can get little whiteheads or milia on your face, which again is texture and it's not going to look so smooth. You're going to be moisturized, but you might just be overdoing it and clogging pores, which we don't want. So now that we've touched on skin, I will recommend 2 priming products. So priming the skin. You're going to have to find the primer that's right for you, because the primer that's right for me might not be right for you, and vice versa. If you are dealing with big pores and you need to smooth that area out, I recommend getting a pore filling primer. The Professional is a great one from Benefit. If your skin is dry and you're not so much worried about pores, you could use something like this Versali one. I think it's super skin enriching. It's super moisturizing, and also the one from Smashbox, the Primizer. It has hyaluronic acid, which retains moisture into the skin. Super great for moisturizing. So here is some tea on primers and not getting your makeup to look cakey with them. If you're using a hydrating one, I'm going to show you both just for the sake of the video, but I will take something like this guy and I'll kind of rub it all over because my skin's dry all over. Moisturize a thin layer all over my face. But let's say I didn't just apply this to my face. Normally I would leave it at this. I really like this because if you can see, it gets a little bit tacky, and I feel like it adheres the foundation on really well. Anyways, so if your skin does not, you want the pore filling moment, I recommend not applying pore filling products all over your whole entire face. It's too much makeup, and it can make your foundation not look as smooth and make it look a little bit cakey. We're trying to avoid cakey makeup here in this video. So I recommend taking something like this and taking maybe half a pea size amount, like seriously the smallest dab. I warm it up, which makes it apply a little bit better in between my fingers. And then see, here's my pore area right here. So I'm just gonna mush it in, and I feel like it fills those pores. Kind of press it. It smells so good. And I'll leave it at that, maybe a little on the chin. Pore filling primers are something that kind of sets on top of the skin, and I do feel like they do somewhat separate your foundation from your skin, and in some cases it's okay because it's filling the pores, but I don't like it all over my skin. I think it makes the makeup look cakey. So if you're using a moisturizing one, I would put it all over my face. If you're using a pore filling one, put it on the specific areas that you need it, and that is going to help to cut down on the cakey cake. All right, next up is foundation. Actually applying the foundation, and it's so very important that you find a foundation that is not too cakey. Lately, they've come out with so many good ones. If you want a full coverage that's affordable, the Milani one, the 3-in-1 Milani one, is amazing. If you want an everyday one, the Maybelline Fit Me is great, matte and poreless. I'm going to be using the Huda Beauty one today. I think it's great. I think it's super moisturizing and not cakey whatsoever. Also, the new Laura Mercier one is another full coverage one that is great, but not cakey and very long lasting. I have so many foundation videos that break down foundations for you. You can type in foundations like on the search of my videos, and you'll find so many breakdowns of what's a good foundation. If you already found a good one for you, let's talk about the application. Now, you guys have already seen me apply a foundation a bazillion times, and I like to use the Y6 from Morphe. You can either apply your foundation dabbed onto your skin like this, or you can put it on the brush and stipple it. I really don't think it makes a difference. That is your preference. It's not gonna make or break the makeup. So today I'm gonna be applying it. I already have it on the brush. I zoomed you guys in a little bit. And if you notice, I always do this and stipple foundation on. So there's a couple reasons I do this. One is because it really helps cut down on the brush like strokes in your foundation. I don't know if you can see the strokes. Stippling helps cut down on that. Whenever makeup has a scent to it, which this does, it's not that I don't like the scent, but whenever it gets really close to my nose and I try to talk to you guys and breathe at the same time, so much is happening, I'm always like, I don't know what my issue is. But if I'm just applying it and not talking to you guys, it's not an issue. Anyways, I like to stipple because it helps cut down on the brush strokes. It's really good to give you that flawless airbrush finish. It also pushes the makeup into the skin, and I believe pushing it and stippling it with a brush or a beauty blender, this is my favorite brush, the Y6, it helps the makeup to last longer. Also, I feel like if you just put a primer such as the Professional one, like I just did all over my face, I feel like if you're pulling and pulling and pulling, you're literally just moving that primer around. Whenever you are stippling, I feel like you are pushing your foundation right on top of the primer without moving the primer around. So these are really great tips to get that flawless foundation. Let's talk about concealers. So with concealers, it all truly depends on the concealer that you're using. One of my favorites is the NARS Creamy Radiant Concealer. I really like the new Wet n Wild one. If you want an affordable option, the Photo Finish or Photo Ready. It's a newer one from Wet n Wild. It's really nice. It has a weird scent to it, but it is a nice concealer. Oh, look at that lash. What is that? I just try to wipe away a freckle that I've had my whole life. I need to get it together. Anyways, today I'm going to be using the NARS one. I know the tart shaped tape one is really popular. So what I like to do is just pump into the thing once, like one little, and then apply it. If you are using something like tart shape tape, I can never apply this much of it because I will be blending it down to my freaking elbows. I'll just put a little bit on my forehead, whatever's left. I feel like adding too much concealer is such a culprit for getting cakey makeup, and people wonder why it creases and why it doesn't last that long. And I feel like concealer, just adding too much of it is a lot of the reason of that. Tart shape tape, the thicker the concealer, let me just put it this way, the thicker the concealer or the more high coverage, the less you want to apply to your skin. Blend that out, and if you feel like later, you know what, it's just not enough concealer, girl, I'm gonna need more, you can then go back in and add a little bit more, but you don't want to start out applying an ass load of concealer to your face. It's just too much, and it is going to leave you creasy and cakey. So I'm going to take the same brush, and I like to stipple back and forth. So I used to not do this, but I recently, like this year, I have been doing this. Like I go, oh, did she mess up her wing liner? A little bit. That's okay. I like to go back and forth because if you notice, if you swipe one way, there's like creases in the eye the product cannot get into. So if I go back and forth, it really works the product into all the creases and it leaves you looking less creasy. And what, bam, baby. So normally what a lot of makeup artists will tell you to do whenever they do your concealer and they don't want to crease, they'll be like, keep looking up, and then they'll go ahead and apply the powder back and forth, back and forth, back and forth to make sure the powder gets in all the creases. So TTT on this, it just depends on the person you are really and the makeup look you're going for, but I prefer you using a translucent powder if you don't want cake. A lot of cake. So this Laura Mercier powder is a foundation powder. It is meant to be worn kind of like a foundation. It's meant to be worn like a foundation or lightly over a foundation or over a really lightweight foundation. It's not meant to technically be worn. You can do whatever the hell you want. If I'm being honest, like what are the rules? But if you wear it on top of full coverage foundation, after 8 hours, you might be looking a little bit cakey. So I prefer to use something like the Ethereal Powder by Born This Way by Too Faced. It's a really good translucent powder. It's much more lightweight. It's really, I know you guys have seen this 100 times on YouTube, but it's really good for baking. So again, with baking, in and out, in and out, in and out, in and out, out. And I like to use a beauty blender to do this because I find that the product sticks to the beauty blender and it won't explode all over your face. And this is also going to lock the makeup in place. It'll make it last way longer and it will help you avoid that creasing, honey. And my smile lines are pretty gnarly most of the time, so if you bake your smile lines a little bit, it helps them not to crease so badly. It just depends on the person. We don't all have these smile lines that are just like attacking us every day, like me. Apply a little bit of powder in the smile line area, down the nose, and right there in that T-zone. The T-zone is going to help it not look greasy and cakey, and I really like to just beat it in there. Just beat it, baby. And now I look a little crazy. Normally, after I let this sit for however long you want it to let it sit, you can let it sit for 1 minute, you can let it sit for 5 minutes, whatever you want to do. I'll take a fluffy brush. This is a G35, and I'll buff away the majority of it. That way, it's not too cakey. The softer the brush, the better for the under eye area because that under eye skin is so delicate and you don't want to pull on it. I'm so bad whenever I do my liner. I'm like, and I'm like, Laura, you're going to have the wrinkles, mama. So I wiped away all the powder with this brush, and using the translucent powder instead of the foundation powder, it's just going to be way more lightweight. And if you can see, my skin looks velvety. Super velvety. I can't help. I have natural, like this is the shape of my skin. I don't have filler in my under eyes. I've considered it, but I'm too big of a puss to do it, so I won't do it. But this is just my natural creasing. But that's such bare, like if I didn't have those creasings, there would be no crease at all because it's just the shape of my skin. But I feel like it looks super smooth on the other eye. We have good coverage. So if I was going to do a cream contour, I would have done that before I applied the translucent powder. That way the cream product goes on top of a cream, not on top of a powder, which is a big no-no. I just want to mention that if you know, you put a powder on your face and then you add a cream on top of it, that you can run yourself into a cakey mess because the cream's not going to blend out as well having a powder on top of it. I'm going to take an R14 brush. This brush is perfect medium size contour brush. I'm going to go ahead and contour my skin. Today I'll be using the Hoola bronzer. And I'm just going to go ahead and contour. And I know, again, like I said, I look super powdery, but don't worry about that. I'm going to show you how I get rid of like this super powdery look. So I'm just going to buff this into the hairline. And again, everything that I mentioned in this video, I'll link in the description box down below, as I do 90% of the time. Sometimes your girl Laura gets really crazy and busy, and she only has time to list the products and not link them, but I will try to get them all linked before this video goes live to help you guys figure out where you can find the product, or just look at the prices of the product, or you know, check them out. So I've been using this blush nonstop. I don't think it really matters like what blush you use as far as cakey makeup. I like to personally apply my blush a little bit like on back. Like I'll hit the apples, but then I really like to work it on back. You guys know I'm not like a blush fanatic or anything. I really do like this peach blush from Dose of Colors. The actual name of it is Amazement. Okay, next up for highlight, I'm going to be using Glow Goals from Ofra and Nikki Tutorials. So I'm just going to get some of this. This is a R14, R36. What is she talking about? She's used the R14, R36 brush. And I really like to kind of keep this product a little bit more on the cheeky area, right up here, and not so much up here, because if you apply a highlighter more so in the pore area, baby girl is going to pick up every pore in your being and magnify it times 10. Oh, she's glowing. Okay, so the trick, I look like super powdery right now, and that's no lie, and I hate it, and I used to not do this, and I would be like, ugh, you just look powdery, girl. But what I like to do is I like to really, not to just set my makeup, but really to cut down on the powdery look. I'll take a MAC Fix Plus or whatever setting spray you got on deck, and I'll hit the whole face with it. So let me hold this hair back. Okay, now what I like to do, because you can see the setting spray sitting right on top of my skin, I like to take a sponge. Do you see that setting spray sitting on top of the baby hairs? And I like to melt it into my skin, and I feel like it makes this makeup look, I mean, obviously it's going to look like I have makeup on, but it makes it look a little bit more skin-like and not so cakey. And I'm not rubbing, I'm patting so it doesn't move the makeup around. It's just pressing it into the skin. I'm going to pop on a lippy that you guys can't know about yet, but I think this is like the best color ever. That is it for this video, guys. I hope it was helpful, and I hope it broke down do's and don'ts and how to avoid that cakey makeup and less is more and apply right where you need it. I feel like my smile lines are not cakey. I feel like my under eye, I mean, I just have the creases that just God bless me with. But as far as like under here, it's not cakey. It's super smooth. I feel like everything looks velvety, and I actually do have a good bit of makeup on. It's just applied in the right way. So again, I hope this video was helpful. I hope you guys subscribe before you leave. Be sure and give this video a thumbs up if it was helpful, and I will catch you in my next video, honey. Bye, guys.